All right, let's jump into this. My name is Chandler here at Big Red Jelly. You can find us at bigredjelly.com. You can find more about our team as well as myself right over here. We go. So here I am for this super cool video I want to go over with you. Primarily what I focus on here at Big Red Jelly is web design and the projects for web design, web development. And there's just something so cool happening in the market that I wanted to highlight that I think is amazing. What we're going over today is how AI is transforming the web development process and softwares and processes that you need to know now in 2025. Let's jump into it. Along with teaching, I do kind of want to speed run creating specific iterations of websites that you can create for yourself or for your clients, taking in their preferences and adding them and creating them in kind of a web format using AI. Super cool stuff. We're gonna do this from top to bottom with AI. I'll show you all the software and tools I'm using, how I'm using them, and you can feel free to follow along. So we have first thing first, ChatGPT, which is my preferred over Gemini and the other big AI giants right now. And so one thing we're first going to start with is, easy peasy, I need help making a website, landing page. I help making the prompt. Here we go. The prompt for a website landing page with the basics of the company and some design. Let's go ahead and, oh my goodness, design. Here we go. Let's go and start here. Make a prompt for a fake. Let's go with gym. For a local gym, um, using rounded and rounded corners. That's kind of my favorite. Using rounded corners, bright colors. Oh my gosh. Bright colors and fun local CTAs. So I'd start there, pick a name and a tagline and a simple flow for the homepage. Um, I also want have this all be in a one paragraph prompt. Oh dear, prompty. That works for me though. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll run with it. AI knows how we work and what we're trying to mean. I'm sure of it. So go ahead and load here with that prompt, looking at what we're looking for. You can see here, this is not amazingly written out. And so it'll be very interesting to see what response we get and if we can run with it to our AI softwares or if we need to rewrite it and or tweak it here with the system itself. All right, here we go. Bright, energetic landing page for a fictional gym called Flextown Fitness. Tagline, your neighborhood, your strength. Very fun. Containers, buttons, images. Friendly, approachable. Color palette should be vibrant, uplifting. Think bold oranges, fresh tails. I think this is actually something we can really work with, actually. Let's go ahead and just run with it and show you guys how even with kind of a not perfect prompt, a very shallow idea, we can take this and really build out cool iterations of design that you can share with your clients or create for yourself on the direction you want to build. The first tool I want to show you is Lovable. So lovable.dev, you can check them out. They are awesome using ChatGPT as their base. We're going to head and just throw it in there directly and see how this goes. So we go ahead and jump in here. And yep, we have the prompt here to create a landing page. And as this is running up and working, let's jump into the next one. We have here base 44. You can see them app.base44.com. An exact same thing. Let's go ahead and jump in here. These guys are fun because you can add in images and files, even with Lovable as well. But they also have some styling instructions if you wanted to go with something already created or a style already there. Not something I want to use. I don't want to add in any other stylings. We'll go with just how this is, just so you can see the same prompt across the board and how that looks. Another one we have here is replit.com. Very impressive as well. Exact same thing, just to show you how one prompt across different softwares comes out in different ways. Um, and so jumping in there, the last one I want to show you is very cool stitch.withgoogle.com. This was just recently acquired by Google and same idea. And I want this to be for the web, not for the mobile. And let's jump in and just see how we do here. Let's go ahead and jump over here to the first one and wait for it to think. Seems like it's throwing us some ideas, organizing its thoughts. Very cool. Like sections, exactly what I want. No questions for us. Looks like it's working just as intended. Looks like base app is here thinking as well. And Replit looks like it might have some questions for us, or looks like it's going on. Creating just perfectly. Sometimes the last few questions just to make sure. We see right here, it's designing a visual preview if this is the way we want it to go. I am going to go ahead and just approve of the plan directly and have it keep working. We have here Stitch as well, working as well. Perfect. And done, done. This one's still working and creating, and so is Lovable. We'll give them some time here. We'll even pull ChatGPT into this and have it make, please make this landing page. And let's just see how they all compare one against another. All right, we got these loaded. Let's go ahead and take a look from the back to the front. See if you're still loading. Yep, we've got you loading still. Let's go ahead and start here in the back with Stitch coming in with the strongest, quickest development. Very cool stuff. It allows you to edit the themes directly here. We can edit designs in chat. We can even come and see it full screen to see how this is working and send it right over to Figma. Well, this is a pretty basic site. I'm gonna say I'm not super in love with kind of its direct creations. I'm not super in love with the colors. It feels kind of lackluster. Let's just jump in here and just say this feels a little lackluster. I want more vibrant and more colors for for Flextown Fitness. Add more colors and gradients. Let's see how that goes. Go ahead in there and see what happens with the kind of another iteration there. Come on over here into this one. So this is replit.com and very impressive with what's happening here. We have the preview. We have the ability to add more comments into it. But let's look at it full screen. Very cool. Looks like we have kind of the super solid header with a CTA right up on top. That's very pivotal for things like this, especially for local places, especially a local gym to get people to participate. Love how I added in my logo here on top and then great CTAs. Some things we can edit, but again, this just allows us to show our clients as well as ourselves, is this a direction I want to go? Is this something that fits my direction? Um, is this how this logo and this brand could be made online? Let's go ahead and give it an iteration test here and see how crazy we can get with it. Looks like it's still creating the footer. But we'll go ahead and jump in anyways. Make it feel more retro. Let's see how that goes. There's something retro around here. Ah, that's a cue. Got Stitch working up over here. Enhanced vibrancy, it says. Looks like it created the same thing. Looks like still something to work on there. Not really noticing a changes within what it delivered. Additional colors and gradients. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is not what happened there, but something to still use and take up. Base 44 is still working, and so is Lovable. Let's go ahead and jump over to ChatGPT, hit that run code, and take a peek at what's happening back here. And as well, we can take our branding, our story, our creation, and even our clients, and kind of project on how it might look um, as kind of an initial iteration, getting some ideas, inspiration pieces. Not no longer do we have to like rely on getting inspiration pieces from competitors or other sites or Pinterest or Reddit or wherever you grab your inspiration. You can create your own inspiration, asking ChatGPT and these other AI tools to give you, you know, let's try this. Let's try this before you go out and develop and design it directly. It's a very cool thing. Some cool things to pull from here. I'm really liking this hover ability. All right, here we go with Replit. So now we went through the second iteration, asking it to make the site far more retro. Definitely some accessibility compliant issues here, but overall still gives you an idea on how you might be able to take this site and go with something retro. Very cool stuff here, and I only expect these systems and softwares to get better, to develop better and more of these. We also have here lovable.dev finally wrapping up its loading process, and now being able to see what this one looks like, giving us more of that gradient, that more local feel. This one's very fun. Very, very fun. Except some of the AI images are kind of wild. It's kind of wild over there. Something to still work with, something to give you some ideas, even a footer, maybe out of looking for footer iterations. This could be definitely a fun way to go. So very cool stuff indeed. The one I guess not loading up very well at all is base 44. Looks like it is just not competing in today's viewing on how these work, which is totally fine. I'm sure it'll load up eventually, but until then, these are just some of the very cool tools, lovable.dev, ChatGPT, Base 44, Replit.com, as well as Stitch, are just some ways that web design is reaching a new level. Being able to Insta create these ways to see branding, both yours and your clients, in different perspectives and different lights and different styles within minutes, to then decide the direction you want to go and actually developing that out and designing that out on your own. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Big Red Jelly. Um, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us, Big Red Jelly at bigredjelly.com. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Like and subscribe. Who knows? Anyways, there you go.